Hello and welcome to the November 21st edition of Stormwatch. I'm your host, Jeffrey Niscoda, and today we will be focusing on the information technology here at MATC. I'm joined by my co-host, Jared. Jared is a student in the IT networking program. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. You know, information technology is something that's very near to my heart. I can't wait to see what's in store for today.
Webster's Dictionary defines information technology as the technology involving the development, maintenance, and use of computer systems, software, and networks for the processing and distribution of data. It's the type of science that surrounds us in our everyday lives, but most of us have no clue it exists. Stormwatch's very own Luis Delgadillo took a look at a class of students working for their IT networking degrees. Students who have graduated have promising futures, and the course of work prepares them for their future employment. Let's take a look.
There are a number of computer degrees offered at MATC, one of them being IT Network Systems. Of the courses required for the degree is an Emerging Technologies class. The Emerging Technologies class these days revolves around VMware. VMware has been around for 10 years and is the largest virtualization company in the world. What's virtualization, you ask? We'll find out. I spoke with a few people about the degree and virtualization.
A few years ago, servers were one operating system to one piece of hardware. Due to the advancement in the hardware technology, we can now take multiple operating systems and put them on the same hardware platform. So what we've done is reduced our density from 1-to-1 to 1 or to many to 1. And that's allowed us to do huge consolidation in the industry, excessive growth, expansion, without requiring additional buildings, hardware resources, and personnel.
Running a computer inside of a computer, current computers run Windows 7 and XP, and I would say, you could run Windows 95 or DOS inside of this computer and have it think it's its own little computer box. And I think the example of this computer is running this operating system inside of it really goes a long way to help people understand the concept of this computer is doing this and that other operating system.
Well, virtualization is basically running a program, operating system inside the hardware of a host of the main computer. You basically can install Windows XP, which was a previous version before Windows 7. So you have a main computer which runs Windows 7. Virtualization allows you to run any type of operating system on that hardware. It makes it far easier in terms of compatibility. If you have some programs which don't work with Windows 7, but now they should, because it's much better than Windows Vista, and Windows 7 is based on it. So in terms of compatibility, it allows you to, for greater expansion, it solves a lot of problems. Basically, you don't have to hunt down for drivers for whatever, if it's not working. You can just run everything inside the virtual machine, and it makes it easier to manage other things as well.
Brian, one of the instructors for Emerging Technologies, gives us a little insight on some of the coursework.
It's a new experience, great students, people are very eager to learn. It's rewarding to share technology experience with people that have a strong desire to learn, and it's the enjoyment factor.
And some things to take into consideration when entering this field?
I would say for the future students, it would be a good idea to at least have a background in computers. You don't have to be a computer wizard, but you want to know at least what an IP address is, have a lot of experience with Windows and probably some Mac and Linux, so to at least grasp the concept. When someone says task manager, you want to say, what's that? You want to be able to say, oh, the task manager, I totally know what that is.
Well, I hope you've learned a lot about MATC's IT networking systems. I know I did. I hope you had fun, and until next time, I'm Luis Delgadillo reporting for Stormwatch.
That's pretty interesting, Jared. I had no idea so much went into securing networks and computers. I thought all I needed was a good antivirus software.
There's a little bit more to securing networks than just antivirus software. I really like the idea behind virtualization. Being able to test out ideas in a virtual space seems like an invaluable tool to have.
If only we had something like that in television. Many of us here at MATC need help when it comes to our homework and other projects, whether it's IT support or good old-fashioned homework help. We've all needed a helping hand at some point. Tiara Ashbrock takes a look at the Adult Learning Center.
Just a few blocks away from the downtown MATC campus is the Adult Learning Center.
The Adult Learning Center is a 32-year organization that helps transform the lives of adult learners through education. And how we do it is more traditional. We have classroom teachers that are supported by MATC. We also have 100 volunteer tutors that really give of their time, talent, and treasure to our students, as well as close to 115 students that come here that really look forward to doing something better with their lives. And they truly believe that something had happened in their life at one point in time, and they were strayed away from education, and now they understand that it's important for them to come back to education and work here at the Adult Learning Center.
The MATC instructors are certified through the Wisconsin Technical College system, and they provide to each student an opportunity for learning. When you look at what's being offered through the instructors, the MATC instructors, it's a great teaching and learning opportunity. You will note that each of the instructors will provide a level of understanding that allows students to be successful in whatever might be their determined goal.
We caught up with an ALC student, Samuel A. Edwards.
I really enjoy being here. My favorite subjects are reading, math, and writing, but I really enjoy to be getting on the computer because I want to be a computer technician. I've been here for this is my fourth semester here, and it's been really great. They're like real good. You have teachers who's here that's giving the hard work, tutors that are here to help you and to get you on.
But most rewarding for me is to see our students achieve their goals. Also, we do have a GED, HSED graduation, and that graduation is so spirited, not only for students achieving their goals, but then also for the parents and for friends, family to be part of that celebration, to see our students achieve that first level, and they really with an understanding that they'll be going on for their second level.
Close to 250 GED graduates later, and a countless number of volunteers that again come from all over Metro Milwaukee, some from as far as Oconomowoc, Grafton, Wauwatosa, and of course here in the city, have come to help our adult learners achieve their goals of getting their GED, as well as just get their educational gains that they come here to the center to do. And it's just so wonderful when you get a chance to see our teachers that lead them, volunteers giving support, and the students as they have their success, moving on, just progressing reading levels, moving up with their math ability, and then of course ascertaining and looking to gain their GED. It's a wonderful thing here at the Adult Learning Center.
You can contact the IT Help Desk at 414-297-6541.
The help desk is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Give them a call if you need any help.
There are so many different aspects to contribute to all the different IT programs MATC has to offer. And although no one class or concept is more important than any other, there is one part of the technology degree that students think about. Technology in the long term. Watch as we journey to MATC's Oak Creek campus, where the Emerging Technology course is helping students learn all the newest technology firsthand.
Computers are a huge part of our day-to-day lives and have been for the past 30 years. As time has marched on, computers have evolved dramatically. Our current technological boom changes the face of business every year, and it can be hard to keep up. That's why students at MATC's Oak Creek campus are learning all they can about cutting-edge technology as it happens. Emerging technology instructor Vadim Mihalenko is on the front line helping students learn about the newest technologies.
It's primarily business emerging technology. We start with the creation of the blog. Students learn the cloud solutions.
But Vadim seeks to teach far more than blogs. He's constantly on the lookout for the next big idea. And sometimes the technology is so new that Vadim has to get creative to teach it.
There's no book because the technology is so new, so I have to put together a manual myself. And that's what students are using to do step-by-step instructions.
Vadim's efforts aren't lost on his class. IT support student Joe Landowski likes the flow of information from teacher to student.
He's up to date on all the technologies and he knows how to explain them. He prepares well.
And the hands-on lessons provide practical applications that can be used outside the classroom too. Craig Slater has enjoyed one big plus from being in the class.
My Android phone, where there was things that I didn't know that I could do with the thing, and I've had it for over a year.
But this is par for the course for Rochelle Vogel. She understands that this is only the beginning of her education in emerging technologies.
It just keeps going and going and going. So there will be other classes out there probably about emerging technologies, and how it will help me in my future would be just being updated on it.
Outside of the computer aspect of the course, there's another part of the class that some students find equally challenging.
Doing presentations.
The talking part.
That's right, public speaking in an IT class.
But it is important because you will be giving PowerPoint presentations and you will be doing stuff like that in the field, so it's nice to know how to do it.
Vadim's class shows students how to start learning about any new technology, and that helps them understand what lies ahead on their IT path.
People got to be passionate about the technologies. You have to learn new things, and that's really the key, because businesses are adapting these technologies.
What we've learned here is the advanced technologies in the IT field.
There is a lot of technology coming out, and there always will be.
But right now, it's all about computing tablets, so Vadim uses new Android tablets provided by the school to teach his class real lessons they can apply in business careers and beyond.
I think tablets is really a new category of devices. It didn't exist a couple years ago. It was introduced and became extremely popular with introduction of iPad.
You can check your email. You can mostly do anything you want on it. You can play music, you can go on your blogs, anything. Mostly it's just like a touchpad, and we browse on the internet. You can play games on it, preferably Angry Birds, which is an awesome game.
As for now, students' adaptability is the key to longevity.
In IT, you also have to constantly learn new things. If you are not willing to learn new things, maybe you're in the wrong business. Maybe you have to choose another career.
Studying new technology seems like a lifelong lesson. Businesses and technology are growing together quite rapidly these days, so it only makes sense that college and its students keep up with their potential employers. With the technological field always evolving, it's no wonder that MATC takes this area of study seriously.
The IT networking industry is growing in every size each year. The networking programs at MATC provide students with not only a basic understanding of the industry, but they go deep into more involved concepts. Students that graduate from this program are well prepared for the demanding industry and will find success in their future work. Dan Joras sat down with Steve Webster, an MATC alum, to find out how his degree has impacted his life for the better.
IT networking is a very demanding field and requires a firm understanding of computers and networking systems. The networking program at MATC prepares students for this work.
The networking program here at MATC does do a good job. It helps to have further experience besides what you have here, but they do a very good job in getting you hands-on experience.
One class in particular is a key element to success in the field of IT networking.
When you take the Emerging Technologies course here at MATC, we deal with all the VMware aspect of ESXi and vSphere, and that really opens you up to being able to take the VCP certification, VMware Certified Professional, and that is a very big need in the field for virtualization. With the cloud coming out and everything like that, it helps to keep you up to date with things that are going on.
The VMware course covers the basics of networking and goes into further depth of more involved concepts.
This course offers a roll-up of existing knowledge, things that they've learned beforehand, such as networking fundamentals, Windows servers, different application pieces, and it brings it into this new virtual environment where they're learning to use what they've learned to apply it to a new environment, a new technology that the sky's the limit on what they can do with it.
IT is very involved and requires a real good understanding of computers. I talked to an MATC alumni about his job in networking.
My job in networking here at MATC is very broad. I work with servers. I manage those. I work with our hardware routers to connect those servers up, and that leads to the ability for our online students to connect to those hardware so that they don't have to be here at MATC to actually have access to the equipment that they need to further their education.
This course at MATC prepares students for a wide variety of career opportunities.
Some of the jobs that this type of course helps set you for is VMware administration, virtualization administration, cloud infrastructures, for companies such as larger hospitals.
Students have the option after graduation to take more classes or jump right into the workforce.
When students graduate from the VMware VCP course, they have the option then to take the certification from VMware and become fully certified. From there, they can continue with a 4-year degree. They can continue to look into the workforce. It opens a lot of doors. Definitely continuing education is very strong, but it gives you an avenue to get in, put your foot in the door at most companies.
The MATC networking programs have been proven successful and offer many job opportunities for those who qualify.
The IT networking job industry offers a broad range of jobs and employers. These jobs are in high demand and are quickly growing every year. Students that are interested in a career in it working should check out MATC's networking programs.
College can be a scary thing sometimes. That idea that you work like crazy for 2 to 4 years and there's still no guarantee for work is a pretty big thing to tackle. Seeing this gives me hope that I'll be able to find work when I graduate.
Our next story deals with technology that fuels the computers that helps save our lives. Every piece of electronic equipment in a hospital needs to be programmed. Casey Williamson teamed up with the MATC Times to bring us a report on how an echocardiogram machine works. Let's take a look.
When was the last time you got an echocardiogram for your heart? I'll be getting my heart checked today at MATC in the M building. I asked Angela, a student in the program, what echocardiogram is.
It's non-invasive and it's an ultrasound of your heart. It basically allows us to see your valves and the function of the heart, make sure you don't have any congenital anomalies or any, we are able to check your blood flow, so we're able to get your blood pressure. Basically a summary of what's going on in the function of your heart. it's very diagnostic and it's used all the time and for diagnosing people with different congenital and anomalies.
I also spoke to Sandy, another student in the program, and asked her what kind of computers or machines do they use, and what do they show?
If you're out and working in the real world, there are computers that have software that apply the information that we obtain, and those computers, which are basic computers that you see every day, with the visuals and the ability to do measurements on top of what we had seen on the ultrasound machine itself. So it's really kind of cool because it shows the internal structures of your heart. You actually see valves opening and closing. And depending on the view, you can see all 4 chambers of your heart moving at once, where you see all the valves moving and you don't see blood flow unless you put color on it. And then you can see, what the direction is that the blood is flowing. So you actually see internal structures. You see the inside of the walls. You can see any type of masses or tumors, if there are any kind of clotting, what we call stenosis or sclerosis, where if the valves are thickened, so you can see disease quite well.
I spoke to Rachel, a student in the program, about the classes and what they actually learn in the classes.
The different knobs on the machines will change the picture. We have a dysfunction class, teaches for the E and A waves, what's happening to them in each stage so that we know if a patient is in normal stages or if their heart function isn't where it's supposed to be. And from that, they become volume overload of the heart. And you can see that on the different waveforms we get from the echo itself.
It's time for me to get my heart checked. I'm Casey Williamson reporting for Stormwatch.
If you'd like to get your heart looked at, you can come down to room M480 on Wednesdays for your own echocardiogram reading. The more we talk about computers, the more I feel like they have improved our everyday lives in so many ways.
MATC is a pretty busy place sometimes. Here's a look at some of the upcoming events here at the college. We live in a digitally connected world, and every college student knows how important it is to be computer savvy. From our home PCs and Macs to laptops, iPads, and smartphones, we depend on some sort of computer every day. But what do you do when something goes wrong? Maybe you'll be calling a MATC graduate in the Computer Electronics Technology program.
Virtually everything we use these days depends on some sort of computer. In MATC's Computer Electronics Technology program, instructor Mark Brucker teaches students how to keep computer hardware and software running smoothly.
I actually graduated here. I went to school here. And when I went to see the counselor, I was planning on getting into television. And he said, well, why don't you get into computers? And I said, okay. And that's how I ended up in computers. It's a very difficult field. You have to learn electronics, programming also. That's a very difficult thing to learn. There aren't many places that they teach both the hardware and the software. In this program, we emphasize both the hardware and the software. You can't understand the hardware unless you know the software that makes it do what it's supposed to do. Here at MATC, we allow the students to break down computers all the way down to the component level in both the hardware and in the software. They learn how to install, maintain, repair both computers, networks, and any type of network equipment that might be connected up, and peripherals for computers.
What we're doing today is we're setting up the computer for next semester for the advanced computer systems and the networking classes, which will be the last semester for the computer electronics program. And so what we're trying to do, or what we are doing, is we're putting a second hard drive in the computer so the regular computer systems class can use one hard drive while we use another, and then so nobody interferes with the other one's work. So what we're doing is I'm just going to put it in the bay here.
With so many businesses and institutions relying on their computer systems, there is steady demand for knowledgeable technicians.
Some of the job titles are computer technician, network technician. Those are a few of them, and then there's variations on that. I have graduates that have gone all over the place, some of them to Bell Labs, where they invented, well, those students didn't invent it, it was before they graduated, but they invented transistor and some of the operating systems that are popular today, like Linux.
Brucker students learn the skills they will need in this rapidly changing field that has come a long way during his time at MATC.
Well, that's all the time we have on Stormwatch today. I'd like to thank my co-host Jared for being here. If you would like to know any more information on anything we presented today, go to matc.edu. Thank you and have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving.